As a child, my dad used to tell me about like different countries and different places, and that really sparked my interest. That was something that I was personally concerned about. Okay, so one misconception people have about like Africa is that it's all really rural and backwards. It's really not. Lagos, I can compare Lagos to like the New York of America. It's really busy, a lot of people, really vibrant. The city is always awake. And going to Mississippi, which is kind of like a retirement state, it's kind of the pace is slower, but I guess it's good for a student who really wants to focus on their academics. So it's a good experience just to balance out what I've like lived with all my life. The first time I got to Alcorn, it was really crazy. It was just different, really. First I was like, oh, I finally made it, I'm in university. But I didn't know anyone. I saw a lot of people who seemed like maybe they knew each other, but that wasn't for me because one, I was coming from a different country, so I didn't know anybody, and I was just trying to get used to everything, moving in, getting to know my roommates, and trying to make friends. But 3 years down the line, I think we've come a long way. So my family has always been supportive of my dream of like studying outside of Nigeria, and the reason I wanted that was to get like a broader scope than what I was exposed to in Nigeria. And they were always with me, always encouraging me to continue to find out about more countries and just continue to broaden my horizon about that. And till today, everything is still fine. They keep encouraging me to keep pushing on, and I'm really grateful for the support I've gotten from my family. I didn't really have a role model growing up, but one thing that sparked my interest and has always sparked my interest was war. So I like to learn about war, and so now I still love watching war movies, reading up about wars, and I always wanted to find out why would someone bear arms against his brother. And I've just learned that it could be from petty things, like things that we could consider petty, and that's why now that's what I want to do. I want to help to prevent things like that, from preventing things like the Rwandan genocide or civil wars in countries where big powers are fighting against each other, but it's really the civilians and the masses that are getting killed, and that's really what I'm interested in. I've always been interested in learning about culture. I've been saying that a lot. I've really been interested about learning about culture and diversity. I think that's because as a child, my dad used to tell me about like different countries and different places, and that really sparked my interest. That was something that I was personally concerned about. So from that, I wanted to become a lawyer to help like bridge gaps between countries that maybe have problems or feuds. That's really what I became interested in. So I felt political science would be a good way to learn about politics and how it could affect laws. The intention after undergrad is to go to law school where I get my degree, and from there I want to get some experience with working with people and on cases, and eventually go back to Nigeria.